Hola!
Good evening, all you minties, and welcome back to another episode of Reelz Talk with your host, the amazing Amanda, my lovely co-host, the uncanny Omar, who looks like the best unfiltered version of himself ever.
It's the camera. It's the lighting of the camera. What are you talking about, unfiltered? It's a different angle. Yeah, my desktop had some kind of issue, so I'm trying to fix it while I have you all on here because I didn't want to I wanted to make sure we got ready, and Amanda still was not ready because I don't know what she was doing.
I've been trying to put a TikTok out to make people come and watch us on YouTube. I'm sorry.
You can do that? You can do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yo, real quick though. Looks like Amanda survived C2. Dude, she was writing her fanfics the whole time. She was fine.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Doug. One of the most caring, loving human beings. Happy birthday, Doug. And no 4K. This is actually my laptop camera, man.
And if you're saying that looks better than it's really expensive camera, then we need to
I need to reassess my expenses.
Or maybe Griffin's eyes. I don't know. The other.
Here's more cow. What's up? Where's my rose at, man? I don't see my rose. I don't
Oh.
see my rose. You usually give me a taco, you racist. I know this is about The Last of Us, a DD, but I'm getting so hyped for Thunderbolts. I saw the little ad they had, which is the asterisk. It's a table like the asterisks, and they all have their hands out. And I was like, okay, what is this asterisk? What is going on there?
Yeah, are they gonna change something, or is it gonna be a new name, or is it really just gonna be Thunderbolts and they're just?
Well, I'm hoping these theatrics, and then at the very, very end, like I told you what would happen in Captain America Winter Soldier.
Dark Avengers. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. Dark Avengers, right?
Yeah.
There you are, you racist. That I love you for it. I do have a farm. It's a John Deere farm, baby. I'm from Kentucky. Good evening, Amanda and Omar. What's up, Matt? And what's up, Omar and Amanda? Amanda, your hair looks nice.
Oh, thank you, Lionheart.
It's just a filter, guys. It's a filter.
It's not. How can I filter my hair?
You'll see some glitches. You'll see some glitches.
There's no glitches. Oh, speaking of glitches, have you started Black Mirror, by the way?
No, I have not, because I was busy watching Made in Manhattan because it's Netflix.
That's what you
had. I'm a weird dude when I'm editing, so I'm like, I've already seen that movie.
Not even that great of a movie.
That's because you don't like J-Lo. I get it. She's all right.
She's not a great actress.
Whoa, dude.
The rom-coms had their heyday, and I was done with.
She would have been a better Elektra.
And her and Matthew McConaughey had. I don't know about that.
Hey, thank you, Bryce. How you doing, buddy? My hair is not bad. I'll take that. And Amanda, that Plaything episode of Black Mirror was amazing. I ain't seen it yet, guys.
Wait. That's not the. I only watched the first 2.5. So I've seen episodes 1, 2, and I'm on 3. The one with Issa Rae, where she's got stuck in the dimension.
Hey, no more spoilers for
I don't know Plaything. I have not. I've seen Common People, which is the one with Rashida Jones and that British guy that was the love interest in Bridesmaids.
That British guy, and when you're talking of Black Mirror.
Well, he was a comedian though. But he's
J-Lo was good in The Cell. That's one of my
I haven't watched.
My man, yeah.
I'm on episode 3, so I haven't watched Plaything yet. Kingsport House from next on my list. After I finish
episode 4. Good evening, guys. Saw Daredevil finale, and not gonna lie, I thought the episode was kind of mid. I can't wait to talk about this. So, what are we gonna talk about first, Amanda? You want to talk about Last of Us 2, episode 1, or the entire?
We can talk about Last of Us season 2, episode 1, because it's only one. It's only one episode, so it can go by really quick. And I might have spoiled the beginning of The Last of Us video game for Omar, but honestly, that's about all I knew about the game. I never actually watched the entire thing. That's why my husband played it.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you all something.
Yeah.
Amanda and I have fought a lot in the past, which might be an understatement.
No, that might be an understatement. We fight a lot.
Okay.
I'm surprised we didn't fight this weekend.
I mean, that's what I actually told my brother that. I'm like, you know what? We actually got along. I don't know how it happened, but we actually got along the whole weekend.
Because I'm on medication and Omar got to hang out with Joe.
Okay, no.
All is good in the world.
That's not the reason why. Stop it.
I mean, it's a helpful reason. And I got to meet the hobbits, so all is.
Yeah, how can you fight with them?
See that? Wait, did everyone see that we got to meet the hobbits?
Did you upload the picture?
No, but I did.
You upload that picture. What was I going to talk about? What was?
That we didn't fight.
We didn't fight, but before that, what did I say? Oh, yeah. So we've argued a lot over the years, and that time that she spoiled Last of Us 2, she wasn't even speaking in code. She was just straight up like talking like she played the damn game. She didn't even play the game. I'm not gonna spoil what happens to it. I hadn't played it yet, and I was about to, and I platinum. That is not the damn picture of the elves, okay?
No, this is a response to you right now. These people are difficult to say.
I hadn't played the game. I love the first one. I platinum the first one. I don't platinum video games. I don't care. Oh my god! And then she tells me what happens in the second one within the first like 15 minutes.
I did ruin it. Yeah.
And I did not play it. I did not play that game. I think for a couple of years. It took me a couple of years. I think I played it when we went to Japan. So I finally played it like 2 years ago. Yeah. And that's the story of how I almost killed Amanda for that. But
almost.
All right, you're gonna upload the pictures. What are you doing?
I did. Here we go. Bam! Look at that right there. Yeah. So cool. Isn't it the best? Look at me right next to that only semi-creepy looking Elijah Wood. I don't know if the mustache is doing it for him. We were having this conversation with, was it Lars? And
Lars says that only 8%, no, even less than that. It's like 6% of the male population can pull off a mustache, and everybody else looks like a creep. And he might be onto something there.
He might be.
Because he looks like a creep. But that's okay. It's still Frodo Baggins, everybody. So I am going to leave here and join in the other stream. So I'll be back, Amanda.
What?
Change.
Oh, I thought he was leaving the whole stream for good, guys. Well, as we're waiting for Omar to come back on, just a little recap. C2E2 was fantastic. If any of you, I don't know who's on right now, but thank you to those who said hello to us and came by. It was amazing. He does look like the hot dad from Inside Out. Wait, Silhouetted Animator. Were you the one who told me I needed to listen to Bill Murray? Can you confirm or deny that?
It must have been a youngin'. It must have been a youngin'. Actually, I had to borrow that prop from one of my wonderful viewers. Yes. Who was it? Was it Brad? So give him a shout out. Who was it that gave it to us? I was like, I can't believe I'm here in line for the Hobbits and I don't have a sword. I don't have anything. So I walked by one of our viewers and I was like, hey man, can I borrow that sword when you're done? And sure enough, he gave me that sword. And that was so sweet.
He was like, oh, we didn't wear anything Lord of the Rings related. Blue, blue, blue.
Whoa, that must be the wine talking, man. You're awful hating tonight for somebody that spoiled Last of Us 2.
I did spoil Last of Us 2.
Let's see that again. Look at that. Look at that. Me next to, I did tell Samwise I loved him. That's Sean.
Not in a gay way, he said. Not in a gay way.
Amanda, please send me that picture for no. Do not send.
Yes. Oh, you got it, Bruce. I'm gonna send it through Discord. Okay, it's coming.
Do not send.
Bruce. It's coming to you right now.
Please do not send Bruce any pictures.
Yes. Yeah.
Please. Yeah. Bruce about to make a card. I don't need that.
Wait. But we got a whole. I would not mind. I mean, realistically, these boys are only like 5'6". I mean, you saw how like
these boys. I didn't see no boys. Those are men. Those are men of the Shire, Amanda.
Men of the Shire. I know. I keep telling Omar, did it matter that we weren't? Everyone was wearing something Lord of the Rings related. They're not going to remember any one person except for the pink Witch King. She was the only one I would have remembered out of all. She was
there's a picture somebody was sharing that they proposed with. It was Frodo in the back. This is an amazing picture, by the way, and I'm very jealous. Frodo in the background. No, it was Sean. Sean Austin in the background. Chris Claremont in the background. Who else was it? There's 2 other actors in the background. I don't know how they made this picture happen.
How did they do that happen?
Well, it must have been special. It must because he was proposing to his girlfriend, and she said yes. Dude, it was so good to see you, Sass Murph. And I saw your comment. I replied back to it about adding the Master Kung Fu because I had thought about it afterwards, man. You're right. I probably should have. But I think by this point we had added so much already. So next year it'll be back on there. Yeah, that was he must have talked about it with like the people running the show. Like, hey, is there any way I can get these 4 together? It's our favorite comic creator, our favorite actors, and it would have been bad if she said no, though. It would have been bad if she said no. That's a lot.
So he must have had some influence or worked for C2E2 or something.
Or maybe he was just nice.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
See, drop that attitude, and you might have gotten one of them pictures. All right, what are you talking about?
I guess Last of Us, season 2, episode 1.
All right, everybody, this is the
Welcome to what? No, what is it called? Welcome to Wyoming.
Last of I don't know. I'm typing things. Season 2, episode 1. Just in case you're joining, we're gonna have this 100% spoiler section. Not a lot happened here. We are introducing some new characters.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So it's been a couple of years, right? The last season was in 2022, right? Or 2023?
2023. So it's been about 2 years. Yeah, 2023
okay.
is when season 1 ended, and we are now in season 2. And even season 2 has a bit of a time jump. And now I don't remember if it is the same in the video game, but it starts out pretty much a little bit after the end of season 1, and you are introduced to Abby and her crew very early on. They're burying all the folks that Joel killed, right? And Abby is going to seek revenge. And so then it cuts 5 years later, and now Joel and Ellie have been living in Jackson, Wyoming, and they have been living there for like 5 years, but the relationship's very strained. It's clear that Ellie wants nothing to do with it.
They go back to the ending of season 1 where Joel comes in after, they give you a quick recap, and the quick recap is like he is, escorting this young lady to a place where the Fireflies are, where they can get her blood, and because she is immune to the bites, right? So she doesn't turn when she is bit. So he's taken her on this journey, and they're going to extract her blood and cure everybody, like be able to heal people and make people immune. At least that's what he thought. But what they were going to do was actually the procedure was going to kill her. And he was not going to have that. So what does Joel do? He kills everybody, man. Like he kills the doctors, the nurses at the hospital. And I don't want to spoil, but like that becomes really important later on. And at the very, very end of season 1, Ellie's asking him, are you telling me the truth? Are you lying to me about anything? And he was like, he thinks about it, right? And he's like, yeah, that's everything. I'm being honest.
Yeah, because she was unconscious when he took her from the hospital, so she didn't see.
So she kind of knew.
Yeah, I think she had an idea. Yes, it shouldn't be that long. It's only 1 episode, though. With us, sometimes that can still be an hour.
So in this season, at the very beginning, I like what they did because Amanda and I had a conversation in the car about this. How are they going to do this season? They could do it 2 possible ways, like go back and forth in between stories and tell the parallel lives. But you'll have to have a flashback, or maybe they could save it like for half the season, be Abby's story, and then half the season be Ellie. But instead, after that recap, we start off with Abby and a group of friends, and they're looking for Joel. Again, this was 5 years ago, before the time jump.
Yeah,
and she's looking at her friend, and she's like, "Yeah, you promise me you're gonna help me find him and kill him."
Yep.
I think she says something like slowly.
Yes.
So that was interesting because if you've never played the video game, you're like, who are these people? They're looking for Joel. Why are they looking for Joel? And you see them like around a bunch of crosses, and one in particular that she looks like she's kneeling to, so it could be somebody special to her. I'm sure all of this will be revealed later on. Now these characters do come back to play a part in the story. at the end of this episode, but
yes.
I'll let Amanda tell you what's going on with our main characters from season 1 in this episode.
Yeah. So Ellie and Joel have been living here now in Jackson, Wyoming for about 5 years since the events of season 1. They have a very strange relationship. Ellie has become very adept at killing, particularly killing the infected. And she's also struck up a relationship with a girl named Dina. They're friends. Clearly, they're friends right now. Clearly, Ellie has feelings for her, but Ellie doesn't act on them. She may have dated some people during this whole period, but she clearly has eyes for Dina. And Dina's also very close to Joel. I think Joel almost sees her as a second daughter of sorts. And, he talks to her a little bit in the beginning about how his relationship with Ellie is so strange. He doesn't know why she's so mad at him. And I think we all know why. I think she knows, I think she is mad at him for her choice.
Something happened in those 5 years.
She found it. In my mind, she found out. We're going to find out later on, I'm sure, in the future episodes, but I think she found out what really happened. And remember, she said it was okay. She wanted this choice. She knew she was probably not going to live. And still, she wanted it for the good of humanity. Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, Joel is seeing his psychiatrist, played by, his name is Gail. And why am I blanking on the actress's name? From Schitt's Creek. Catherine O'Hara. Catherine O'Hara. Oh my gosh. In a very different role than what we usually see her. She's not quirky.
Speaking of Schitt's Creek, do you think that was and it might just be me, a purpose, a little Easter egg that her husband was named Eugene and he killed Eugene off screen? And she was married to Eugene Levy in Schitt's Creek. So I wonder if they just needed a random name and she was like, Eugene.
I don't know. That's a great question.
In the video game, I really think it was made up just for the plot device, because I also don't remember a therapist, though. Not that I'm going to compare the whole time what was in the video game and what wasn't, but I think they just wanted that part of the story. They needed a character that was dead in between the 5 years, and apparently he had killed her. And she knows that he didn't have
a Easter egg if that is the case.
Yeah. So if anybody knows,
let
me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments.
Or Kevin's mom. That's right, John Estrada. Yes, right. I forgot about that. That is Isabella Merced, who is Hawk Girl, or was Hawk Girl. So then she's Hawk Girl now.
Yeah. She was also Madam Web.
Oh God. Well, this is a much better. This is a much better rapper.
She was a cute, she was cuter than the video game version of her. Yeah, represent Peru. Way to go, Isabella. What's up?
Isabella.
No, Eugene will be in the flashback. I need to look up who he's going to play him. I hope it's Eugene Levy.
Yes, wouldn't that be something? So, Gail has resentment towards Joel for killing her husband, and I love how she has this moment with Joel. She's like, "You come in here, and it's the same old bullshit every time. You're telling.
I like that. Yeah,
and complaining, and he's like, "You're supposed to listen to me and validate me," and I was like, no, she's done with your bullshit, Joel. You're kind of being a whiny baby. So while this is all going on, we're also introduced to some folks who kind of run like a squad that's kind of charged with protecting the town from outsiders and also from the infected. And Ellie wants to be a part of them and go on patrol with them. And she finally gets her chance. I also do not believe that everyone knows that she is immune either, because some people seem to might know, but then she has to hide her bite. Yeah, so she does. So her and Dina get to go on their first patrol, and of course,
she was Dora the Explorer. This girl was everywhere.
God, this girl's everywhere. She needs, but this might be her best choice.
We haven't seen her as Hawk Girl yet.
No, we did. Wasn't she the Hawk Girl?
No, she's gonna be Hawk Girl in Superman.
Oh, I thought she was Hawk Girl in. What? Isn't there a Hawk Girl in?
There was a Hawk Man.
Oh, that's right.
Do they all look alike to you? All the Hawk?
No, I just think that I forget what happened to Black Adam. Calm down.
Hawk Tua girl in there too. Does she look like Hawk Girl?
She was also in one of those steps. She probably wasn't a Oh man, she was everywhere. She just needs to hit it. Yeah. Joey Pants.
Who is Joey Pants? Who is Eugene? Was he in the game? I don't remember Eugene. Anyway,
I don't know.
Go ahead, Amanda. Get to the recap. Get to the recap.
So she goes on patrol with Dina and this crew, and they see some blood. So they go to investigate, and they see that a bear had a brawl with some of the infected, which just left all this infected like torn to shreds, and the bear torn to shreds. But they know there's still like an infected left, and it's in like a building. So the two of them go to investigate against the scout leader's wishes, and her and Dina have this really good like communication, like because they want to kill. They have an itch, right? Oh, Pantolino. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that validation, King's Workout. So they go to try to kill this infected, and when they do, they're able to kill the infected person, but she ends up falling down into like the basement of this area, and she can't get out. She has to find a way out, and in the meantime, she gets attacked by an infected who's not like quite. It looks like it's almost like still human, but not. And
it's kind of smart. It plays with her and tricks her.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It played and tricked with her, which is not how they usually operate. So I don't know if that's going to play a part. Again, I never played the game, so I don't know if that's going to play a part later on in the series.
But evolving infected, yeah, maybe. Who knows? I will say I forgot that in the TV show, the disease is spread through the tendrils that they use instead of the airborne, which is a decision that they made in, of course, season 1. So I was like, why do they keep focusing on these tendrils that are coming? Oh, that's right, because that's how they infect them. It's not through the airborne disease.
There we go. That's how they infect them.
Go on.
So she ends up getting bit in the process, and that's where you see her like eagerly like make a mark, like a tattoo, almost so that it doesn't look like a bite, because no one knows that she is immune. Then after that happens, of course, they get in trouble, but everything's fine. It's New Year's Eve, so they decide to go to the party. There's a little party they're having, and Dina is drunk and dancing with her, like with some guys, and her ex-boyfriend's there. And, Ellie's like, does this kind of annoy you? And he's like, no, it really doesn't. And she ends up, Dina comes up to her and says, hey, you want to dance? And I guess this is a scene, because I saw some videos. I guess this is an exact scene from the video game. So they dance, and then, of course, that's when Dina's like, no, silly, I like you. I don't like anyone else. They're like, I want to be with you.
She says they're all looking at you.
Yeah, and because they're jealous.
If they're looking at you, I love that about Ellie. She was like, no, they're not. And she's like, what if they're just jealous? Kind of like that chemistry. Very, very, very similar to the video game. They had chemistry and they were really good together. And again, I'm not going to spoil what happens in the video game because we are reviewing just the TV show. Yes. But it seems like Joel in this episode has taken like a little bit of a back seat. You hardly see him in scenes. It focuses more on Ellie. So go on.
No, okay. So they kiss. And apparently not everyone in Jackson, Wyoming, even though it's like 2027 or something. Well, I don't remember the year. Is not a fan of women making out. And it's the bar owner makes like a
church, right? They're like, you're in a church. There's
families time. So calm the hell down, Seth, you homophobic bar owner. It's the end of time, but let them have a little bit of fun. You're probably going to die from a bite tomorrow anyway. I'm sorry, a little bit
escalated way too quick.
Well, he could take it. He's a big man, so he chides them, says it's a church, like there's kids around. This is disgusting. And then, of course, drunk ass Joel comes in and punches him and attacks him. And then Ellie's like, what the you doing? And says, leave. I don't need you to defend me. I don't need you. Like, get out of my face. Like, clearly, these two, it's not the same Joel and Ellie we left in season 1. So that pretty much ends season ends season 1 or episode 1, except there also is a little like cliffhanger with the spores, because I think you start to see like they go to the outer area of the
and you think so it's the camera. I like that tricked me.
Me too.
So the tendrils are coming out of that pipe, right? And you're
Pipe,
like, oh crap. I mean, as the camera pans out, it goes into the woods, and you think, oh, the infected are coming. Here comes, the spores and all that. But it's actually Abby and her group of people that are kind of coming, not close to the city, but they see the lights. So it's been 5 years. They've been looking for Joel for some reason.
Yep. And so now I think we might find out why. Or
shoot, if the apocalypse happened, that's all I'd have time for is girls kissing girls. I'd be okay with it.
Right. Griffin, imagine being homophobic and racist in a zombie apocalypse. Exactly. Do we got time for that?
What? I mean, honestly, you do see and have read cases of that happening. When horrible things are happening, you still have people that think they're better than others. I mean, look at the sinking of the Titanic, right? Yeah. It's nowhere near this fictional tale that we're talking about here. But you really, like, the damn boat is sinking, and you really thought that the rich people, or at least some of them thought, that they had every right to get on the lifeboats before anyone else, and their lives were better than anyone else's. And you're always going to have that during some kind of weird disaster. I believe that. Like, your true human nature comes out, whoever you were supposed to be, when something horrible like this happens, like a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, they explored that in Civil War, too, the movie that came out with Kirsten Dunst and Jesse Plemons.
I forgot about that movie. Yeah. They did a little bit.
Yeah, they did a little bit. Yeah, with Jesse Plemons.
What would you rate Last of Us Season 2, Episode 1?
It was a little slow going, but I enjoyed where we're taking it. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I agree. I think it's. I mean, I know, even though I know where it's going, but not how. I think a 7.5 for me. I like Ellie a lot. I forgot how good of an actor. Bella is. Oh my gosh, that scene, that when they did the recap of season 1, where Ellie is smashing the guy to death and she's just yelling. Man, that was really powerful. Solid, man.
Yeah, really good.
But also, I kind of like where it's going. Right, you can't start it off with
too much action,
too much badass action. You got to save it for something big and bad that is coming around the corner. But yeah,
they used
Last of Us Season 1, Episode 1, 10 out of 10 from Amanda and a 9 out of 10 from me. I actually rated this a little higher than Amanda did. She gave it a 7, and I give it a 7.5. And I think that's a good rating, honestly, for a first episode.
Yeah,
it could easily go downhill from here.
I hope not. Well, what's interesting is next week's episode is called Through the Valley. So now when you were talking about what the narrative's going to look like, it sounds like maybe there's a possibility it could switch off each episode, where next
you're seeing Abby's tale, and then you're seeing Joel and Ellie's tale until they come together at the end of the season.
And then that thing happens.
The kiss. The kiss, everybody.
The kiss. That would give enough time for Ellie to Bella Ramsey to have built up their them, by the way. I looked it up. So
I know that.
Okay.
That's what I said, actor or actress. I wasn't sure about that one. But
build
it's
up
not
their strength as a lead.
Oh no, dude.
Whatever happens at the end of this season.
I tell you who needs to build up their strength. Because I don't know, it doesn't have to follow the video game at all, right? It can at any point do its own thing. But Caitlin Dever, Catherine O'Hara is fine to this day.
Oh, you mean Abby?
Caitlin Dever, the young lady that's playing Abby, because Abby in the video game is like huge, like her arms are huge, and I don't know if they're gonna put her in some kind of training, right? I was expecting her to be more swole too, especially if it's 5 years later. So I don't know. Maybe that's why she's wearing a coat at the end, right? I don't know if they're going to go that route. Because
working out that much in 5 years in an apocalypse. Where is she getting the protein? Is she just eating deer?
Oh no, I mean, but they are. Remember, they're hunters. They do eat meat.
Okay, that's
and I thought you were talking about the actress not being able to work out that much.
No, I'm talking about in the apocalypse. I think like could people actually get swole in the apocalypse? Like they find someone's like leftover.
I think there's a goddamn book called "You Can Get Swole in the Apocalypse."
Someone look that up. If there is one, let us know.
Oh, John is saying I think she was cast very late. and she didn't have time to work out.
Okay.
I wonder when Diva shot this and when she shot that apple cider mini.
Oh, I forgot she was
So I didn't watch that. I knew her from that Dope Sick TV show that came out, like a little mini series. I don't know if you saw it, right? I think you're the one that told me to watch it.
I saw her as Anna. Oh no, that was the girl from. No, I did the apple cider. That's a new thing that came out. She plays the girl who convinces everyone that apple cider vinegar is going to cure everything, and it just ends up in a disaster. It's true, guys. It's not going to.
I haven't finished watching it yet. Oh wait, no, I did watch it. The influencer.
Yes, influencer. Yeah, that's what she was. Yeah.
Yeah, I did watch that. Yeah, she's pretty good in that.
Yeah, I agree.
Why is Amanda so cool?
I don't know.
It's a filter, subhuman.
There's no filter on me right now, but thank you. I don't know.
Kim was also in the very awesome Justified, taking place in Kentucky, filmed in LA, though. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as all these streets that they kept using in Justified.
Yeah, like that does not exist.
I was like, none of this exists. What? Whatever. It's still taking place in Kentucky. All right. Now we can talk about Daredevil Born Again. So for anybody that has not seen Daredevil Born Again, the entire series, the season 9 episodes of season 1, I guess is what it's called, Daredevil Born Again season 1. That's what we're going to be talking about today.
It's true.
Have you played the Last of Us games? Yeah, man, I love them. Oh, is that Deltarune? Deltarune tomorrow. Deltarune today. Sorry, my kids were teaching me this stuff. They love Undertale, so like when they didn't film Ozark in the Ozarks. Oh, absolutely. She was in No One Will Save You. Part 1. All right, so let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
Born Again series, 100% spoiler portion. So again, if you haven't seen it, please, by all means, bookmark this video and come back later, or just hit that like button before you. I didn't play any of the Last of Us video games. I watched the YouTube walkthrough.
You know what, John? I watched other people play it, so I get it.
I have a feeling that I'm not gonna like the Daredevil as much as everyone else. No one
watched already.
You was surprisingly good. Omar, Amanda, what's good? Born Again. Hey, Arjun, that was quick. We haven't talked about it.
We haven't even rated it yet, Arjun. We've just got done talking about Last of Us. Well, what did you watch Last of Us, and what would you give the episode 1?
Does Bruce watch TV shows or does he binge watch them? Him and I had a conversation about these things. By the way, he told me that what's it called is coming out on 4K Steelbook, the Fallout, which I really like that.
Oh, the Prime TV series?
Yeah, I can't believe they're doing us.
I like that too. I can't wait for that one to come back.
I did too.
Yes, I have a feeling that the way they're doing video games might be the new IP in the next 10 years, especially now that with how much money Minecraft has made so far, with how much money Super Mario World, with how great Last of Us and Fallout have been. I really do think we're going to see this like boom of like really good video game, because we're like the superheroes, unless, Gunn changes it around, I feel like we're going to see this is going to be the next big thing. Except these kids are insane.
You don't think we're gonna go back to westerns?
I don't know, Omar, if the westerns are ever gonna catch on again. That is a that's just a Look, why westerns aren't gonna catch on, Omar?
People don't have the attention span anymore.
They don't try to appeal to women. If they did, I guarantee you they would catch on. But there is no, it is a man's world.
Women in the 60s and 70s with
Western. But you need, there's a reason why certain genres are having their, heyday right now. And it's because they're being geared towards women. And that's where the pocketbooks are, guys. I don't know why doesn't understand.
So you're telling me that we need to make more, what's her name? Medicine Woman was her name?
No, not that kind of. Why does it have to be like that? Why can't it be?
Anyway. You need to bring the women to watch Western. I'm confused. Hold on a second. What do you consider a Western for women? Like, all honesty. And
honestly, I guess Dr. Quinn would be the closest thing, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, you know what? Black to the Future 3. That's a great Western for women. Half of it, part of it is a good Western.
Why are you talking to you? You know what? I'm okay with my manly Westerns. I don't need you to go to the theater.
1883 not bad. Like that's I could see that. Like there's
What about the narrative in 1883? A young girl. It comes from a young girl's perspective.
That's true, and that's
that?
there's only one right there. No, not a few dollars more, Arjun. I don't think anyone realizes the rise of.
This is it.
You realize because of romantasy, which I can imagine, I guarantee you is like 85% women buying those books.
Here we go.
Regular bookstores are being built again. Like bookstores are now like it's not because it's not because of comics, which have generally been a male-dominated genre, because men have been keeping women out of it for years.
I'm just saying. Women out of it.
Winona Earp, if it wasn't on Sci-Fi, Sci-Fi Channel probably would have downloaded better. But there you go.
Now you're just throwing out.
Sex History isn't great.
No, I love the.
I love how you're pointing all these things out. Yes, I'm sure there are some great ones out there, but none that have reached the mainstream and none that have caught on because they're all in places that keep getting canceled.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Speaking,
women are saving bookstores, women are saving Westerns, and women are saving comic books. Is there something that women can't do?
Yeah, there probably are many things that we can't do, but no, that's not true. I'm not going to take that. That's awful. Not happening.
I'm not laughing at that either because I ain't getting kissed.
No. Yes, thank you, Phenomenal AC. Don't forget to get that.
I love having these conversations with you because we don't ever prep for whatever we're going to be talking about. I thought we were just about that Daredevil, but all of a sudden,
you brought up Westerns, and you always bring up Westerns, and I'm like, you know what?
Because I love Westerns.
Yeah, but you keep waiting for a comeback, and I'm like, well, that's because
they need to write Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, apparently.
Yes, I guess.
All right. You know what? I'll email Kevin Costner to rewrite Horizon Part 2 and 3 to include more women. As a matter of fact, kill off his character and just have the hero of the story be a lady. How about that?
I'm not saying. Oh, okay, fine. You know what?
Okay. In all seriousness,
you're going to keep having things like Bridgerton be the #1 thing on Netflix, and you guys just keep complaining about how these mediums are dying off. I'm a fan. It's fine with me. I don't care. Xena's fantasy.
I'm happy that.
I always wonder how Xena would do in this day and age.
A strong woman.
Woman
wearing what she wears. Absolutely, you'll get everybody watching that. In all seriousness, what would you consider of any Western that you've seen? I'm talking about a period piece, not Back to the Future 3, which, by the way, I agree. It is a beautiful, wonderful movie. I love it. What would you consider a good Western? Have you seen Deadwood?
No, I've not seen Deadwood.
Okay. Have you seen like any? I know you and I have talked about this. You haven't seen any of the classic stuff.
No,
like you like Tombstone, right? Like cool Western.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool Western.
Okay. So maybe would you say Tombstone is your favorite Western?
Probably. That would probably be right up there.
Man, we need to have an all Western month. Is what we need to do.
That month. If there's like a lull is there a lull any time of the year where we don't have good movies coming out? I actually brought up Loads of Dove the other day, which I was not expecting to bring that up, but I did. Weird.
Why did you bring it up? That's a great book. It's a good series or a good movie too.
Good movie, yeah. Someone didn't know it was a movie. They were like, I don't know what Loads of Dove is. I think it's a movie.
It's a book, and it's a movie. Yeah, absolutely.
What was this?
A little bit of romantasy in it, if you will, whatever the Western version of that is.
I mean, I would be okay with that being canon, but okay.
I would be okay watching that. They can come to my bar and kiss.
If Omar knows anything about C2E2, Amanda was all about finding lots of yaoi. I spent half of C2E2. I'm like, ooh, there's some good yaoi.
What about Nickelodeon's Hey Dude?
Yeah, it's Western-y.
I'm your Huckleberry for Westerns. I love Westerns, man. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It has that really good, like, bromance between...
Are you talking about Hey Dude again?
No, I'm talking about Tombstone. Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. Man, Kurt Russell and...
They're just good friends. Why can't you be just good friends anymore?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
because we need a better.
I'm gonna get on Archive of Our Own real quick. This has nothing to do with
Please don't do that. All right, Bruce is saying for some reason I always enjoy watching Silverado, which is another classic. You've seen Unforgiven? That's a good one. Wait, what's the other? You probably would like The Quick and the Dead. That's Sam Raimi. You would like Quick and the Dead.
I do like Sam Raimi.
Yeah, and it's got those Sam Raimi like really cheesy shots. I think you would like it.
Okay, I could try that.
Oh, what about like the Once Upon a Time in Mexico trilogy? The
yes!
El Mariachi.
Oh my God, yes.
Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
I'm gonna send this link for everyone in the chat.
What are you doing? What's happening? I'm talking about Westerns and you just looked up something weird. I don't know.
This is a 5 chapters of a Wyatt Earp Doc Holliday ship. 1993 too.
You know what the sad part is? I don't know if it's sad, but I bet if they made a movie
and it's dedicated to Val Kilmer in memory of him. The notes are, it says, "Rest in peace, you hell of a Huckleberry." Oh, bless it.
The internet was a mistake.
Oh,
I don't know how often I say that on a daily basis.
You can take me hot to go. Oh my God. Oh, this keeps getting better.
Yeah, Amanda found that way too quick.
Oh, this is getting so good. The additional tags: poker nights, flirting, drunken kissing, drunken flirting, rough kisses. I don't know what I was right about.
We lost her, by the way. Bad Girls. Bad Girl. Is that the one with oh my gosh, what is her Salma Hayek and there was a movie with Salma Hayek and Penelope Cruz. I bought that goddamn DVD just for that cover. That movie sucked. But that cover, oh man, whoever the marketing person was, that was genius. Speaking of Westerns, Tombstone has officially sold out its entire print run. Now shows unavailable at Amazon. Well, good thing Bruce sent me the link.
Oh my gosh, here we go. 4 times Wyatt Earp touched Doc Holliday without thinking, and one time he did.
Wait, have you seen Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, oh, I love Brokeback.
Okay, would that be considered your favorite?
No, actually, that's my favorite Western. Oh my God, I love Brokeback Mountain. Wait, I take that back.
I wish I could quit you.
I wish I could you too. Oh, those two men. I even after I watched it, I went and read the short story by I can't remember the lady's name.
Ang Lee.
Nope.
He directed it.
It's a woman who wrote those short stories, and yeah, it's great. Here, you know what? Because we're all, I'm going to be all encompassing. I'm going to get you some Daredevil and Foggy ones too. Just because that's what we're talking about today.
Somebody that is watching this because of the thumbnail that we put, they're like, why do they keep talking about gay cowboys the entire time? Because Amanda, that's why.
Yeah, I got some Matt and Foggy. Hold on a second. There we go. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I'm going to get you some of that too. Omar, you can...
Where are you seeing? What are you doing here?
If I had written Daredevil season 4, there we go. There's the first one. 13 chapters. Oh my God, help me! There we go.
What are you doing? And this please don't click on any of Amanda's links. They're gonna take you to some kind of weird site where you're gonna get a virus.
No, I never thought you'd happen to me. Oh, there we go. Here's another one by Lonely Poet 116. Here's some Foggy and Matt, and let's talk about Daredevil now.
How much less have you written, Amanda? It was part of her wedding vows.
It was. That means, yeah. Oh, Kingsburg Cal, you do not want me to send you the
no. We're having a good day. We're having a good day. Don't start that. Man, blink 3 times if you need medical attention. Whoa, she got serious, man. Amanda, I need strong female characters in my westerns or strong gay sex scenes. Make up your mind.
Quite honest, that's exactly what I'm
All I know is that okay. You're probably right. That movie would make.
What did you just read it, Steven?
Stop reading and focus here. We're talking about Daredevil.
She's coming in AMA without me too. I'm sorry. This is no bit of territory I did not intend to go, folks. Let's.
What happens when she just drowns a bottle or a glass of wine really quick?
Barely full.
All right. Thanks, James. I'm not sure why you know that. Man, have you watched Orange is the New Black?
I have watched Orange is the New Black.
Hey, your friend was in that won an Oscar.
My friend was in that, yeah, who won an Oscar. No, she didn't win an Oscar. No. She was.
Other friend was in that.
My other friend who didn't win an Oscar, but also got famous. And I'm just sitting here on near vacation.
All right, I put up with that. Like, she just insulted me. Like, I'm not too good. I don't see Priscilla walking around doing any other shows.
No, that's true. She hasn't. I've not seen her in anything else. You're right.
Can we get an AMA with Amanda and her fan fiction?
Oh, I would be happy to read you my fanfic. I tried to read it to Omar, and he had nothing to do with it.
I wrote a fan fiction with Heather. It was very sexy.
Here, I'll show you. This is me with Pusey. But I'm drunk, so please don't judge me. I was 19 and should not have been drinking.
Is this an okay to show picture?
See, there she is. Look, right down there. There's Pusey. And
if you're not familiar, that is a character from Orange is the New Black.
She's the one who got killed by the she's the one who got killed in the riot that happened.
Spoilers. Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of throbbing pistols, Punisher. All right. Ooh, Sinners. I didn't
wow,
see
our count has gone up. Is it because everyone was excited about? I've got more Daredevil and Foggy fanfic to go through over here. Ooh, Daredevil one shots, all smut. There we go. I'm gonna send these to you.
No one is sending. Like no one is going to read these things. Just focus on reviewing when she was passing out. That's a good time to watch pancakes for a cow.
Oh, there's a lot of pictures. Okay, anyways. All right, Daredevil Born Again. We've watched 9 episodes of the new Daredevil.
We did. Yeah.
Which is very different from the old Daredevil in some ways, but very much the same. There was definitely some graphic stuff in that last episode. Frank Castle really just laid it on thick. He just killed those motherfuckers. Those policemen that were his fanboy. He's like, I'm not holding back.
Wait. Stop talking for a second. Hey, Mr. Omar, your wife, Mrs. V, is my creative writing teacher. I'm Jacob Durst. Well, Jacob, I will tell her you said hello. And Jacob, I'm on mute. Jacob, you have a good night, and don't forget to do your homework and eat your vegetables and kiss your parents.
Like on your way out.
I'm not kicking you out. Just have a good night. Of course, that happens when you're like cowboys.
I have some stuff to write. Yeah, I've got some things to write. So I owe people fan fictions. Okay. You're right, Stephen. We've all been desensitized by AOL chat rooms. The amount of times I've ASL'd in a chat room when I've been 12 and should not have been ASLing is wild.
No, your parents should have kept an eye on you the entire time.
Jacob, do not click on it. We're only gonna get a. Oh yeah. I think in next season probably.
Thank you, Jacob. You're a well-mannered young man. I'm gonna tell my wife to give you extra points.
Yes.
I don't
if
know
you read those fan fiction links, double extra points. She's gonna be writing that fan fiction. I was probably way younger than
Mrs. V.
Writing that type of stuff on the internet before Jacob and didn't even know what I was writing. If you read the stuff that I have saved from when I was 12, I didn't know. And the asphalt, I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I can just imagine Melody going, "What are you?" You're gonna be getting a text tomorrow. You're gonna be like, "I don't know what Omar was clicking on."
Oh yeah, sorry. ASL is age, sex, location in the chat room.
Who are you talking to?
Josh was asking. What's ASL? Not American.
Oh, man, that's the first thing you ask. That's the first thing you ask on AOL chat rooms.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have time. We pay per minute. All right, we had to pay because
it's not that you to pay monthly.
Mrs. You seem nice. You're funny. She ain't that funny. I'm the funny one.
I am funny when I drink some wine, Jacob, but don't
stop. You would be the worst substitute teacher.
Oh my God, the school system, man.
Only top tier level nerds know about AOL chat room role playing.
Yeah, but you had to be, you're on the dial-up internet, so if someone else had to use the phone, you'd be screwed. You had to get out of
there. Yep, that's pretty much it.
I want to meet Mrs. Amanda. What does that mean, Kingsport Cal?
Maybe he's in the teachers.
Oh,
that kind of. I wish.
Oh, I won't. I have work tomorrow. I'm not going to get drunk.
That's the first thing they do, Jacob, is they start saying, I'm not drunk. I can handle
Okay, stop giving Jacob ideas. Okay. There's like 50 people in the chat right now.
Stop it. Don't. Oh, Lord. All right, Daredevil. This is the longest review of Daredevil. Season 4 or Daredevil just Born Again.
You brought up Westerns. Just because you brought up Westerns, you learned your lesson.
No, you were putting fingers like.
Oh my God! I didn't even bring my buddy. Hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
What am I? Oh God damn. All right, Daredevil, Born Again, Season 1. So taking from Chip Zdarsky's run, Charles Soule's run, borrowing elements from Brian Michael Bendis' run, and of course Frank Miller's run, and putting it all together. I know people said that they kind of chopped up the season a little bit and adding edits and cutting things out, and I can kind of see that. But you're back. That was quick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What'd you want to bring back? What was so important? You had to. What is that?
My new buddy.
Why is he wearing a prison suit?
No, he's not. He's wearing an emo checkers.
Are emo people claiming checkerboard?
This is Wenceslato.
What is that?
It's the emo axolotl. That was a April Fool's Day prank, but not from Build-A-Bear.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Yeah, it's an emo axolotl.
And his name is Emolotl?
No, it's Wenceslato.
Why is it Wenceslato?
You take a wild guess.
I don't know if Jacob is still here, so I'm gonna watch my mouth. I watched it. Thank you for the super chat, Bruce. I watched it today. The tonal shift happens in the second half of the series was more apparent during the binge.
Yeah,
is that Jack White?
No, Wenceslato.
It's a poor man's Jack White. All right, so what happens in the season is that Daredevil's not in suit for a long time. We don't see Daredevil come back in suit until the last 2 episodes of the season.
Yeah.
Episodes 7 and 8, right? Or no, 7, 8, 9. The last 3 episodes of the season.
Yes.
But we did see, him fight. I love the parallels between him and the Kingpin and the different things that are going on in their lives. I will say that to me, it felt slower than the seasons on Netflix, and it's hard not to compare it, but whenever you're talking about the character with the same actor and same costumes and same storylines, it's hard not to. I don't care if you cuss, my parents cuss.
No.
Well, I am not your parent, so I'm gonna watch my unless I snap
it did seem a little bit slower. I found myself in those middle episodes not paying attention or like just kind of not engaging with it as much. Now once we got to the Muse, like the latter half, like was it 6 and 7 with the Muse, when we started to get more of the Muse storyline, I found myself a little bit re-engaged. But there's just a lot of different stories going on. And I know that I think this is originally supposed to be 18 episodes and they're breaking it up into 2 seasons basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can kind of tell that is what happened. And I think they had to reshoot in order for it to make it more of like 2 seasons instead of like 1 full season. So I think that's where the issues really lay. in that it felt long because they were trying to reshoot it in order for it to feel like one full cohesive season instead of, we're just going to continue it on into like season 2. But in reality, yeah.
Muse, I know Taekwondo. Uses no Taekwondo. Also, Muse got taken care of way too
really
quick.
Fast. He kind of shows up really fast. Like, I know he's in the background, but like we barely get to see the buildup of Muse for him being such a.
So I had some issues with the season. But I also had, I mean, it's not like the Netflix series were perfect, unless you're talking about seasons 1 and 3. Those were freaking perfection. Season 2 had I had some big issues, and one of the biggest issues was the just Elektra, the way they did her. One of my biggest issues was, what was the connection between Muse and Vanessa Fisk and everything going on? It felt like you had this story that they wanted to add in because you needed a bad guy, and it never kind of went anywhere. And I was, that kind of bothered me. Like, I'm like, oh, I expected everything to connect. Why, you build up a character and then he gets shot by the therapist and dies. And I was like, surely they're going to bring him back, right? Like, nope.
No, he's dead. Yeah.
Yeah. I could not imagine watching it weekly. It was great all at once. I wanted to rewatch it, but man, that was 9 episodes back to back.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to rewatch it back to back. But this is, where was it? Cakes for Cal's right in this. Like, it could have been that we had more Muse, and maybe if it was a full 18 episodes. But you're right. It was weird how we only saw one. Clearly, he's been seeing Heather, but we only see one session with Heather. And that felt really weird.
Yeah, and it happened like that.
And then he's attacking her.
For a show that had, that many episodes, they could have cut to that and build up the character a little bit more. And
maybe got rid of BB. I'm going to say it just now. I didn't know. Like, I remember in the beginning when we talked about episode 1, I was like, I'm not really sure about that BB report thing. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. You know what? Yeah, they stopped it, and then they brought it kind of back at the end while Daredevil had a little bit while Matt is doing the whole, like, this is our city, the city without fear, that whole monologue. But there was no, like, we didn't need her. We didn't need BB at all. And then, like, she was going to work with the commissioner, but that never happened. What the heck happened there? They met and
I feel like some of the things were. Yeah.
And then that was it. And then he died. He got his head smashed. Or what?
Oh my God. Can we talk about that? Because that is my type. Like, so in the comics, Kingpin is the guy you don't fuck with, right? Like, Kingpin is the guy that puts he puts his hand on your shoulders. You better say yes, sir, no, sir. That's it. Yeah. And in the show, they had to kind of limit. Yeah, he killed people, but even the way that he killed, like, somebody like Ben Urich, right? Like in season 1, that wasn't like snapping of the neck or anything. That was a little bit slower. But here, man, it's the brutality of what this big guy can do, and he makes mashed potatoes out of the commissioner's face. Oh, dude, it was so good.
It was
so good. And let's see. I think Muse got obsessed with her based on her book, so his first window was to kill her. Why take your time when she was the 66th victim? Yeah. I don't know. I didn't. I feel like the character was built up a little bit, and then it kind of went nowhere, especially when he kidnapped Daredevil.
Like, what was the point of Muse? Like, was it? I mean, I know it was for Fisk, but we don't know if he's related to Fisk at all. I'm assuming not, because it didn't seem that way at all. That it was supposed to, like, bolster Fisk's job of, we're going to get all these vigilantes off the street. It's not even that he's a villain. He's just straight up villain. But what was the point of him? To add like something to Heather and Matt's relationship? Like a level of danger, or to force Matt to put the suit on because someone he loves is in trouble? And it just, which you didn't need Muse to do that. You had all the Fisks. If we focused on whatever the hell was happening with Fisk and the free port stuff that just gets, like, at the very end, like, why wasn't that the whole why wasn't that the whole buildup? Everything was like, Muse should have been something that was leading to that. Everything should have been leading to that. Not a. sidelined. Like when White Tiger gets killed, I feel like even that got sidelined a little bit. Like he approached Frank. Frank's like, I didn't do it, and then kind of forgot about it until like the last 2 episodes, and then we're also remembered. Oh yeah, there's corrupt police that are running around still.
Okay, so
go ahead.
One of the other things I didn't like about this episode, about the season as a whole, is season 1 and 3, and I keep going back to that of the Netflix series because it felt like when they were running that show, it felt like ambitious, and it felt like they were trying to do something new and exciting.
Yeah,
this felt like a copy of that. But remember what I've said from the very beginning, that it kind of bothers me that they're using like vulgarity to show that the show is not toned down like that show was. Like, we're a lot edgier. Then they started using violence, and that's fine. I'm okay with that, especially when you have the character of the Punisher just shooting.
Trying to prove just because on Disney we're not going to tone it down. Yeah,
right. We're not toning it down, but it, in the end, it kind of felt like almost like a pale comparison to the Netflix show, because the choreography was off on a lot of the fighting. Like, remember, like the first 2, like even the second season had like really good gymnastics. Like the fighting choreography was really solid. This relied a lot on like breaking arms, breaking bones, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But also like that's a little much, and every fight felt like that. It wasn't like they. Of course, I wanted a hallway fight scene. That's why I kind of like the bullseye scene in the first episode. But of course, that was bogged down by bad CGI. But whenever he's throwing like knives at him and stuff, that was really cool. And I like to see Matt just kind of crawl up the stairs, go up on the rooftop, and then both of them just kind of have it out there. The revelation at the end, I was okay. So again, things I don't like, and then we'll go to things that I actually liked and what I think worked for this season. The revelation at the end, who's in the cage.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the most disappointing things, because I was like, "Who's the cage? Is it Foggy? Is Foggy still alive?" And Vanessa,
I was kind of hoping it would be too, because I would love to see. Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, it's the Punisher."
Okay. It's just the Punisher, and then we see that he's about to get out because we.
I need to see a scene get it. I could have been like.
And we know that Frank's not going to stay in the prison. We knew Frank was going to get out, so that end credit was a waste. To me, that was a waste.
Doesn't need to be there, and I was like, of course he's going to get out. I don't need to see him another like breaking.
I really was like thinking that someone crazy was going to be in those cages, so I was disappointed. I was like, okay, I knew that they were going to capture Punisher. I know we're going to get him back. Well, I will say though, it felt more like old Daredevil. It felt once Karen showed back up, and once we had the Punisher and the 3 of them were together. And I think that's because they didn't give him enough time with the new characters, like his new law assistant. What is her name? Kirsten.
McDuffie?
Yeah, McDuffie. That you barely see him and her really interact, or Cherry.
Yeah, there's no. I don't want to say no chemistry. Well, no, there is no chemistry.
There's no, as friends, like even as
they
friends.
don't act like they're friends. They don't act like they've been practicing law together for
a
so
whole
long.
year. Yeah, like, and same with like, he's clearly working with Cherry, but like we see them interact maybe once or twice. We're so focused on him and Heather, and I know it's because they're like, well, I think they're like, well, Heather's the one who's going to work with Kingpin, so we need to make sure this is an apparent like betrayal when it happens, and that she's, when we see her move away from Matt because she thinks he's going insane because he doesn't trust Fisk, and she's like, what are you talking about? Fisk's a great guy. I don't know how she's a psychiatrist. I don't know how she thinks.
She is really horrible at her job.
Terrible at her job. How can you think your lawyer boyfriend, who for all intents and purposes seems very, for the most part, okay in the head, you wouldn't trust him over a former crime boss? Come on, you're a freaking psychiatrist. Are you kidding me? No, I agree with you. Also, as soon as Karen walked back on screen, the chemistry between them was off the charts.
Well, because she built a relationship with Frank, right? Remember? And he was like, I could sense your heart. I didn't mind that part. I kind of get it, right?
It's like, not that. I'm just saying, like, Karen and Matt on screen together. So, and I know they had a time, but even when they, in the early scenes, when they were first doing season 1, you could see Karen and Matt, the chemistry was great. I agree with Moral Ipsy. There is no chemistry with Matt and Heather really at all. I didn't
really
feel
I was okay with that part, mainly because they have been through a trauma of losing someone. I was really happy to see Karen back. Like, I think she brings a lot of heart to the show that was missing. So it felt like that missing element that, Foggy and both Karen should had. So I was okay with that. And I don't mind the chemistry there. That would actually kind of make sense. They both lost somebody really, really special to them. And she is the type of person that just couldn't deal with it and had to leave, while Matt had no idea how to deal with it and probably still doesn't, which is why he's wearing that vigilante outfit. And had that really good, powerful talk with the Punisher. I love that scene. So, okay. Let me see what else I did not like, and then we can talk about the things that I did like. And what about you? What did you not like?
Oh, well, the stuff that I said I didn't like. No. I mean, other than the stuff I brought up, I think it really was just the use of some of the characters I felt was either underutilized or should never have been in there at all. I don't think like BB. I did think that because we're shifting the different storylines, I felt like there wasn't enough paid attention to Muse. I felt like going from like the White Tiger, that was a really quick storyline, and that seemed to be almost like forgotten. Like even when we brought in his niece, I think it was.
I was expecting to see her in outfit.
Yeah, like more again. It was more, and maybe there'll be a season 2. But again, when you only have 9 episodes, it feels like almost detrimental to bring characters in, making them play a big part in one episode like that, and then not really. What are we going to do with them? Especially when the whole revelation about the free ports and what the Fisks were doing, especially because I didn't know. To me, it never occurred to me that maybe Vanessa and Wilson were working together at all. And I don't think they were, but all of that would have been their relationship, like Wilson and Vanessa's, needed to be explored more. Like we see them like have a couple of interactions, and then we see that he had, jailed her ex-lover or housed him, but we don't really see a ton of interaction. I think their relationship needed a bit more. I don't think Matt needed a love interest in order for us to see what he's going through. I don't know why he could have just lied on his friend. I know. When you only have 9 episodes, like to me,
it's how you. But I mean, honestly, it's how the character copes, right? Like that's how he copes. He's looking for that. He's looking for love to fill up that part of his heart that is missing. But it's not that type of love that lasts, right? He's looking for just sex, and that's what Matt needs during this time. So it kind of makes sense that he did that as a character, as the character from the comics and as the character from the TV show. So that actually made sense. I just thought was she the only therapist that is available in all of New York? Because everybody seems to be
why? Unless like he's right in that the Fisks chose her because she was dating Matt.
Eldon Henson is rumored to be in season 2.
I would love if Foggy came back. I don't know in what capacity, but it would be fantastic.
Like I said, I'm surprised it wasn't a cliffhanger. Like it's Foggy in the cage.
He put all of New York under martial law. So what the hell is Spider-Man doing right now? And what the hell is Doctor Strange doing?
Unfortunately, is with Sony right now, and he can't get out of
that. What about Doctor Strange? I mean,
Doctor Strange is going to be fighting in the Doom War. Kang Dynasty, which opens up next week.
No, does
Avengers Kang Dynasty, everybody. Gandolfini's so irritating, but a good performance. He was solid in the Saints of Newark. Yeah. James Gandolfini, Michael Gandolfini, is that his name? He's good. I liked him. Amanda mentioned earlier about BB meeting up with the commissioner, but remember, episode 8 and 9 are literally the same night.
That's a good point.
They talk in 8, then Matt gets shot, and 9 is the same night.
I guess they never really get to do anything further with that. But again, I guess the whole BB.
Yeah, where did he keep getting all the cops, man, for this giant task force?
I know. Where did it all come from at the very end? But I think with the BB thing, okay, maybe the commissioner scene I'm good with that. But the character as a whole, I'm not bought in on it after the season. I'm not bought in on that character and her point of the story. Like they show her at the end when Matt's giving his speech and everyone's giving those ominous looks out into the distance as that music's playing in the background. Like, what have we done? And she's in there too. And I'm like, oh, what have you done? I don't really know, except for randomly film people on the street, talk to Gandolfini's son for a little bit and with the mayor. And that's it. Like, I don't understand what you were doing this whole time.
We're going to need an army. It's like Neighborhood watching a bar shoot a bull. I really thought with that season finale, we were going to see Luke Cage in that bar.
Spider-Man.
I will even.
You could have just put Spider-Man in a suit. You didn't have to need to put his head out. Like
no way they could use Spider-Man. Not with Sony. That would be a nightmare. That's a legal nightmare. But even I would have taken shitty ass Iron Fist instead of like some of these characters that are in there. Dude, I was so excited for Cole North to appear in the show, and they did not use him in the way that I thought. And I know that, you know, they don't have to, they can do their own thing, but just being him, like just using that character as one of these Punisher task force type of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't fly with me. Hey, Kane, how you doing, girl?
Hi, Kane.
We need an army. And then the Defenders are like crying back at home. No one called us.
Poor Iron Fist.
Yeah. Speaking of Iron Fist, I very much enjoyed most aspects of the show in the episode, but I was really hoping the Defenders teaser at the end. Like, what are these regular ass cops going to do? That's what I thought. Well, some of them aren't even cops. Some of them are reporters. All right.
Oh, that's a good question too. The whole that whole episode where he's at the bank with
I think that was a reshoot. All that was a reshoot. That bank episode, that was solid. I like that episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Things we liked. I actually love the team up with the Punisher. That was so badass. Like, remember what I said about the choreograph? You don't need choreography when you're shooting guns and Daredevil over there.
He shot someone through the wall and got him like I was like, are you fucking kidding?
When he was like, Frank, stop doing that. Frank's like, what? Stop killing people? Like that guy, he doesn't even look at him. He just shoots him in the head. I was like, oh, dude, that's so good. I love that's the Punisher. Like when the Punishers like come at me like with all these cops just like cracking his head and it just doesn't stop. I mean, this is a normal dude, right? Like he's not Superman, he's not Wolverine, he doesn't have healing factors. Oh, I was like, what?
No, he's badass. It was a good scene.
That was so awesome. That was so awesome. I loved it. I love
bringing the Punisher back was a good touch. I'm glad they did that. I think that John Barenthal is a great actor and a great choice for that role.
Oh, dude, he's always been
so solid.
Even the most like what was that role?
This is also true. I would agree. I would have rather seen Buddy match up between them and
Heather. Don't get Amanda started. I'm sure she's got a
fanfic. I'll let me go find that fanfic quick. Hold on a second. I'm not. Oh, there is Frank Castle-Matt Myrtle fanfic.
Of course there is. The internet was a mistake. Dude, yes, don't kill him, Frank. He's not worth it. Is he worth it, Brad? Oh, dude. He's such an awesome character. What was the Tank movie? Fury. Even that horrible character he played in Fury, he's such a kick-ass actor, man. He's so good.
He's a great actor. He's underrated for sure.
Love that dude.
What else do we like?
Love Bullseye when he breaks out of prison and he like the tooth that he spit. I'm like, okay, that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. I love that. That was good. Hold on a second. Let me get this real quick. I don't know. Hey, Omar, I got a big manga collection wanting to start comics, and I'm either thinking of starting Uncanny X-Men, Thor by Jason Aaron, Batman by Scott Snyder. Which do you recommend? Of course, I'm going to go with X-Men, but Thor by Jason Aaron is awesome, dude. You're going to love it. That out of the three is probably the most manga-like story. Not manga 100%, but manga-like story. Especially that first volume, man. You're going to love it. Go watch Daredevil Kane. It's actually worth it. It's not as bad as people say it is. Like, or some of the chat is saying. Let's see. What about you? I like Bullseye. I thought the actor is great. I like him coming back. I like how creepy he is. I like the tooth. I like the different weapons that he's using getting created. What about you? What else did you like?
So I did like the storyline of how frustrated. I know. How frustrated Kingpin was with bureaucracy of government. And I love that storyline that goes throughout the season because, yeah, government sucks. Sometimes you can't get shit done. So I appreciated that this guy who's used to getting whatever he wants by way of force, by trying to be mayor of the city, realizes that he needs to go about his own way in order to actually do what he wants to do. Because going by the book is not something that he just can't do that. It's not possible for him. So I enjoyed seeing that play out and seeing D'Onofrio have to portray this really frustrated Kingpin. He's just like, nothing seems to be going right with him and what his plans are until the very end, right? Until the very end. And all because if it wasn't for Matt taking that bullet for him, I mean.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. I didn't expect it to end, the season to end where it did. I expected something to go down either between Bullseye and Daredevil or the Kingpin and Daredevil.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, I guess, setting up for the next season.
Well, that's where I think like it would have been a full season. That would have been our midway point in the season, that episode where he builds his little army, Matt, and then the final 9 episodes would all be leading up to a big showdown, which I imagine will be exactly what episodes 1 through 9 of season 2 will be. A show will eventually lead to a showdown between. It'll be like a halfway point him and Bullseye, final point him and Kingpin. Don't quote me on it. But if I'm right, I might write a fanfic about it and just see if I'm right, because I wasn't too wrong on my Spider-Man Endgame one. So we'll see. What else I like? I think that Charlie Cox still has it in the role. I think him as Daredevil, regardless of the script, regardless of anything, still kills it. I was happy to see Karen come back. I really thought we would be done with her, and so I was really happy to see that she showed back up.
Yeah, I want to go back to Charlie Cox, and
yes.
So I know we love Daredevil, but we did have a lot of Matt Murdock in the season, and I will say that you brought up the Hector Ayala, the White Tiger courtroom scene.
Yes,
I thought that was phenomenal. Like that is a reminder of, like Matt Murdock always says, I'm a good lawyer. But Charlie Cox is a damn good actor. Like that was one of the strongest subplots for the show. And I love that it focused, and I was looking for that. I was looking for one of these kind of, not really a one-off episode, because it kind of continued into the next thing. And then of course what ended up happening. But I really thought the performances of both the gentleman that played Hector Ayala and of course Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
Were just made for a very, very believable, strong courtroom sequence. I dug it. I love that.
I think
so. Anytime that he was, out of costume, he's just and he also has that aura of a very likable dude, right? Like, whoa, Doug mentioned Kingpin didn't have a cane.
Oh, thanks to the Super Cat Kingsport Cal.
How'd he walk around? No She-Hulk cameo. No She-Hulk cameo. Okay, stop it. It's not her fault. She could have been written better than this. The White Tiger stuff is my favorite Daredevil story from the comics, and I thought the show did it fantastic while doing it differently. Sad most people didn't like that. Dude, I liked it. I thought it was great.
I liked it. I just didn't like it.
I kind of wanted more of that. Of course, like Amanda said, though, it didn't unfortunately go in the way that we thought it was going to go. Like his niece didn't come back at the end wearing the amulet, and I'm here to help. Neither does She-Hulk. Neither did anybody. I guess it's just the city without fear. I kind of dug that speech.
It's just Hell's Kitchen. Brooklyn, Manhattan don't give a shit what's going on. They're like, oh, we're under we're under this, like, martial law. Big whoop. I still got to go to Wall Street and do my thing. It's okay. I mean, Doctor Strange is probably off in Sri Lanka or something. I don't know. I don't know where I forget where they were.
Wait, was it you or was it Bruce that said that the actress that played Vanessa was going to be replaced because she was too old or something, and then fans petitioned to bring her back? My TV watch time is so delayed. I'm 3 episodes in. FNSM. LOL. What's that? FNSM? Amanda, here, help me out. Haven't even watched Invincible season 3. I just finished watching Critical Role season 3.
I don't know.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's probably
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I haven't watched Critical Role season. Wait, you talking about just Critical Role or Vox Machina? Do they have a new season out? Because I didn't watch that yet.
You know, to me or Kane? Because I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Don't forget, season got split up. New White Tiger could be the next.
True. It's true.
Some of these characters to show up in the next season.
I'm hoping some of them have more time after, more time to shine in season 2. If we're going to be,
has season 2 already been filmed and they're just doing post production, or are they filming?
I think they're filming it currently.
And it's Vox Machina season 3. So good.
I'll have to watch that. We saw a lot of Critical Role folks this past weekend because the voice actors were a big draw at C2E2.
Yeah, it was a huge line for Theo Vaughn next to us.
Oh, wow. April 24th.
They didn't even come until April 24th. That's how long that line was.
You're going to wait there for like 2 weeks.
Apparently, season 2 is filming now. Yeah. White Lotus win. Harvey P. Gars goes.
I did watch season 3.
I ain't seen it. I'm watching Made in Manhattan.
When John Oliver made the joke this past Sunday about HBO being the network for incest, I mean, I'm just saying, they're not fighting those rumors anytime soon.
Does Muse have any powers in the comics, or is just a serial killer? I don't want to spoil it in case people haven't read it, but he's not quite just human. I will say that. I will just say that. I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't read it because it is in Charles Soule's run, and there's a little bit of a twist with the character. But just
there we go.
Still Von Six, really. Amanda's a huge fan. Just joined. I was excited to see Daredevil Born Again, but the MCU kind of got me lost after Endgame. I was watching Daredevil, Netflix, and She-Hulk enough.
Yes, it is. Because
She-Hulk, you can watch Daredevil. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
He's asking if watching just the original Daredevil and She-Hulk enough. Yes. You don't, if you know that Ms. Marvel exists in this world, it's all you need to know because her dad shows up. The Spider-Man exists. They mention Spider-Man, but of course he does not show up. Spoiler. So, which you should not be surprised because Sony's not going to give him up for anything unless they're making money off of it. So, yes, you do not have to worry about watching everything that happened after Endgame in order to understand where we're at. Except if you do, then you might question why the hell no more superheroes showed up at the end of Daredevil to help fight this city that's under martial law that most of them live in. I don't get it. No one gives a shit except for Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen, the only ones who care about New York City. That should be their tagline. The only people who
care about New York City. Apparently, season 2 is filming until July. Thank you for the super chat, Bruce. There was a new actress playing Vanessa because Ayelet Zurek was unavailable, but they allowed her to come back. Good, because she's solid and super sexy as Vanessa. Like, she's a solid actress. I did watch She-Hulk. I had hope. My bad. Okay, then you're good. Good. Watch this. White Lotus has Goggins. Oh, he's awesome in everything.
Yeah, he was really good in it.
He was also in Justified.
Yeah.
Should have had Ned from Spider in the bar at the end.
Good, but why? But he doesn't know who he is. He doesn't even remember that he was friends with Spider-Man. Why would he show up?
He's hanging out with BB. They're both.
He's like, no, I guess I'm here. I don't know what he would be his typical Ned lead self. Hey guys, I came here for a drink.
This is interesting. I read somewhere that Sony could allow Spider-Man to appear more, but there's no communication between them and Marvel. I don't know. You guys probably know more. Why is there no communication between them and Marvel? It's a Marvel character. My gosh.
I don't know.
They're trying to do No Man's Land, but Gotham doesn't have 25 superheroes living in it. No, they had 30 superheroes living in it. Baby Billy running for mayor against Fisk. Yeah. We need Ned for real. What we do to do what?
For what
he doesn't remember his friend is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Also, where's Wakanda when we need them? They're busy with Wakanda.
They're busy.
They don't even know what hell's
rebuilding after Namor. It's a lot they've got to do now that they're down a queen.
Amanda.
What?
Namor.
Namor, sorry.
I ain't never saying that shit.
Namor.
Let me get to They should have gotten magic from the X-Men to infiltrate the Russians. Actually, they could use just anybody, right? Dude, you just bought Thor by Aaron Omni Volumes 1 and 2 and Thor by Donny Cates Omni. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy them. And actually, they go back to back. So once you're done reading Aaron, you can jump over to Donny Cates. The new Vanessa actress was Sandrine Holt. She did film 4 episodes. Now those are deleted scenes.
Oh, man. I hope she got paid for it.
Thank you for the super chat. We need a physical release. So we need a physical release of the Netflix series. Namor, el niño sin amor, se llamará Namor. I think that legit is the line from the movie.
I'm pretty sure it is.
That's so bad. Okay, man. What else did you like about this season? What else did you like about Daredevil Born Again?
I like that it's setting us up for a pretty good season 2, I hope. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting to see New York City under martial law and what that looks like, and what Daredevil and his crew of misfits are going to do to fight back. Not like superheroes.
The City Without Fear team.
The City Without Fear team, not the Defenders, not the Avengers, and not the street feet fighting. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I like the ending. For all it's, limping along the way, I still like that where we ended up. I know some people, I think in the chat, said they were hoping more for that last episode, but I think it was smart to not try to make some big grand, because Karen pulled Matt back right from going in. She's like, we can't do this without other people. And that's what came up with that whole monologue, right? That's where we got all of the people to come in and help at the very end. They kind of had to take the L in order for next season to build it up and get the win.
By the way, the L is the loss for you old people. That's what the cool kids are calling it now. I don't know why they're using the L instead of loss. It's not like loss is a long word, but hey, that's this generation. Sorry, Amanda, you Gen Alpha or whatever the hell you consider yourself. I had to translate for the old folks in the chat.
I'm pretty sure this is a sports reference.
Y'all think they're doing Devil's Reign or Shadowlands? I think they could definitely mix in both of those because they're kind of similar stories. Who needs Daredevil physical release when we're getting a Space 1999 and Thunderbirds instead?
I keep saying that all the time, Bruce.
No, I've never heard Amanda say that. I have a question, legit question.
For me?
For anybody. Because I did watch the last episode twice. Did he explain why he took a bullet for Kingpin? Other than it's
no, right? He did not. They just no. I just remember Frank going, "I can't believe you took a bullet for that guy," and he's like, there was not
he said, "Why did you take a bullet for that asshole?"
Yeah,
and he was like, "That's a good question."
Yeah, and then that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Can you explain? I don't remember.
He still wants him dead, even after all that. He's like, "Did he die?" He still wanted him dead. He saved him, and I thought maybe that was gonna, because in what we just read, the Daredevil we were just reading, right? Fisk is like, "Don't touch Daredevil." It's protective. He knew who he was, and I thought maybe there would be a change of heart. No, he still wants him dead. So I don't know.
Matt said he heard a bullet, and that's how good of a guy he was. That no matter who was going to get shot, he's going to stop it. Okay, that's okay. What was the point of the episode of that guy stealing fiddle paddlers? By the way, I'm itching to get to Thunderbolts. I haven't had this level of excitement in a minute. I hope there's a crazy twist, spice things up. What would be the crazy twist in Thunderbolts? Because we know that, I think, we know at least who's going to live and make it.
Bob is Sentry. We know that, right?
Yeah, they did. Well, they showed that and maybe the Void. Who do you think Sadie Sink will play in Spider-Man 4?
Oh.
Dr. Octopus. Just to piss every MJ fan off.
I really
don't know. The correct answer would be Mary Jane Watson, right? Another MJ. But he already has an MJ, but she's left because she can't remember.
And I don't think they're bringing Zendaya back. Even though they have great chemistry, they're not bringing her back.
They don't have what are you talking about? They don't have any chemistry.
They're going to get married, Omar.
So what? People that get married they ain't have to have chemistry. Couples do you know that ain't got no chemistry?
Well, that's sad if that's true.
I'm just kidding. He said it was just instinct. Oh, well, thank you for the super chat, Bruce. Who is Sadie Sink? She is the young redheaded girl in Stranger Things.
Correct.
But then all them kids are going to look so old by the time you watch the latest Stranger Things. And apparently Zendaya is already casted. Harriet Osborn. Wait, do we have an Osborn in this world?
No, not yet. And I've been dying. I remember when they first did the casting for Far From Home, I kept thinking that one guy who ended up playing, like, what was his name?
Charlie? All right, go ahead.
No. I don't remember the actor's name, but I don't remember the actor's name or who he played in Far From Home. But when they cast him, I was like, oh, that's going to be Harry Osborn. And it did not turn out to be Harry Osborn. I was wrong. It was Remy High. I thought he played Brad, and I thought when they cast him, they're gonna make him Harry Osborn. We're finally gonna get Harry Osborn in the MCU, and no, we didn't. So I was disappointed. So we have not gotten an Osborn yet. I thought when they said like someone had bought Avengers Tower, I thought people were like maybe thinking that was gonna be Osborn, and that was the whole thing, right? Someone bought out Avengers Tower, and then we have this actor who's being cast in an unknown role. Did not turn out to be any of those things. Now I think it's Fantastic Four bought the Avengers Tower, which makes actually a lot of sense. That was a long way to say no, we don't have an Osborn yet.
Firestar. I've seen those rumors of Firestar.
Yeah, I've seen Firestar. Jean Grey would be a really weird one, just because I don't know, her and Spider-Man? Like, why would be the point of putting her in a Spider-Man movie? I feel like that would be like, that's not the place to introduce her, would it be?
Kitty Pryde dated Spider-Man in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. Could be a way to introduce mutants, but we haven't had a mutant besides Miss Marvel.
Well, except mutants in other multiverse.
The Tinker's niece. It's been busy lately in all this world to take a backseat for a while. I'm glad to see you, man. It's good to see you always, dude. By the time Stranger Things comes out, he ain't even going to be dead anymore. Anybody get that reference? Yeah. Hold on a second. What is that reference? He ain't even going to be dead anymore. Okay, Amanda, what would you give Daredevil the entire season, Born Again?
So overall, I think a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5. I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it was good. I'll probably watch it again before the next season. And yeah, I mean, there were some flaws. It's not perfect. But I did like it more than season 2 of Daredevil, which had an awesome part with the Punisher, but man, that part with Elektra. Not so good. So yeah, I think a 7.
Yeah, I think and that's not a bad score by any means.
What would you all give it? That's the important thing. What would you all rate Daredevil season or Daredevil Born Again season 1?
Well, Anglio gave it a 7. King's Poor Cow gave it an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce wants to know why Sadie Sink can't just dye her hair and play Gwen. Thank you for the super chat.
That's true. Bryce Dallas Howard did the same thing to play Gwen Stacy.
Emma Stone. She's not blonde.
People in Hollywood not write like redheads at all, Bruce. What's happening? 8.
Charlie gave it an 8. Matt
said Bryce, how did we get there to go see the dead body? It was
Barnacle gave it a 7 too.
Okay.
Matt gave it a 7. Jet gave it 8.5.
Jet liked it, man. Good for you. Yep.
Fair ratings. Kane said future rate 10 because why not? All right, you haven't seen it yet.
What's up, Eric?
James gave an 8 out of 10. Episode 8 was a high point for Barnacle Blake.
April
said 8.5 out of 9. It was strong.
What was the song they played? Was it Radiohead? I think he played Radiohead at the end, and that was good. I like that too.
I'm surprised people to give it a glowing score. Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen. What is it? What is this? What is this season getting? I don't know what it's getting because I don't watch reviews or anything. But I know you. Has your boy done a review?
Not of the whole thing yet. Not of the whole thing. He just did a review on Sinners, so I wanted to see what his review is.
I want to watch that this weekend.
So
Bruce gave it a 9 out of 10 as a binge watch.
So maybe we have to go back and binge it. So right now the IMDb rating is at 8.5 or 8.4 out of 10.
That's good.
Rotten Tomatoes score, aggregate score is
8.5. Felt like that single bank robbery episode was refreshing. Felt like a normal cable TV show. I like that.
So,
like that in the court scene.
So 81 for audience scores, 87 for the average tomato meter score.
Dude, those are some good ratings. This season is kind of killing it. That's pretty good, right? Or am I wrong?
No, that is really good.
I know when most people hate things, they let you know in Rotten Tomatoes, don't they? You'll usually pull up the scores there. Like I remember when we reviewed She-Hulk, I had no idea what anybody else thought. All
right, they haven't done all of season 2 yet for Daredevil Born Again. Right now, the episode 1 on Metacritic. I'm looking on Metacritic.
I'll give it a 7.
Has a 7.5 generally favorable score for users, and then a 69 generally favorable score for critics. And that's just the first episode, though. They have a TBD next to season 2, so they probably haven't. They'll probably scale that in here the next few days. They'll probably give us a better score. So,
all right. Y'all skipped my rating. No, we didn't, Arjun. I never skipped it.
And while you guys are sitting here, is another Frank Castle and Matt Murdock for everyone's.
Why do you have? God made a mistake giving you 2 screens. I swear.
It does say. Wait, hold on. It does have a wait. Don't look at that one. I didn't realize it had archive warning.
It had archive what?
It has a warning on it. Ape non-con. So don't. If
what
you're
is
not
that?
It means non-consensual sex. Don't read that one, guys.
What's wrong with you, dude? Hey, what's
up? Don't read that one.
Amazing Amanda does not represent the views or opinions of the Mint Condition. And damn it, Amanda should be the name of my book. I feel like the filler episode was a filler done right. Absolutely. Yeah, Amanda blacklisted. This gets canceled. Look at her talking about strong female empowerment. This is the kind of shit they want to see. Is that what you're saying?
The opening line, "Stay away, Red," Frank muttered. Sound like a good opening line.
I'm not letting you write my Western anymore. We're done. She-Hulk still got review bomb when She-Hulk had more user reviews for its one season than Game of Thrones had for all its seasons. Bunch of knuckle dragon trolls with nothing better to do. And Immortal Ibsy saying save it for the AMA, which is happening this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you are part of the Patreon. And say what? We don't need to repeat that, Charlie. It's not worth. This is not worth.
If you guys want me to come on and read some fan fiction to you, I'd be more than happy to.
Fan
fiction is definitely AMA.
And I can pop some beers open and you can read it. Thank you, James, for sharing our Patreon.
Yes, thank you, James.
Anything else to talk about tonight? What are we talking about next week? Something's coming out next week, right? A movie? When's Thunderbolts come out?
I thought that comes out in May.
Probably.
Yeah, it does.
Probably does. What is coming out that we can review, or you want to do a retro view? You want to do was it really that bad?
Next week. That's a great question. We can.
Did we review? I know Oddfellow and I reviewed Black Widow. Did you and I review Black Widow? James, did we review Black Widow?
I thought we did. I remember reviewing Black Widow.
You did? Okay.
I thought I did.
Maybe you did. Was it on this channel?
Yeah. I don't have another movie channel.
You don't have another movie channel. Review Black Mirror? How many episodes?
It's not that many. Let me check on my Netflix. I thought it was like 6 episodes, something like that.
Go see Sinners. I really want to see Sinners.
I do want to see it.
My brother suggested us watching Sinners, and I think this is the first weekend I can actually not get out of the house.
It's 6 episodes, so it's not very long.
Watch that.
Now they're each like an hour long, but
yeah, I can watch that.
Yeah, so
Black Widow, Amanda, question mark.
I guess I was there for it.
7 out of 10. That's why I thought we didn't review it. You and I have talked about it, but you were.
Yeah, I was angry about.
What?
I was angry. I was angry about the whole like going to streaming and not getting a fair shot.
Oh yeah, you went off the whole thing. Review The Rehearsal. Season 2 is coming. I haven't even seen The Rehearsal season 1. What's The Rehearsal?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll stop spamming. Thank you, Arjun. What's The Rehearsal? I never heard of it. All right. If we ain't got anything else to talk about tonight, Amanda?
Sign us off? Sounds good. I hope you guys all enjoyed the fanfic, Rex, that I sent you in the chat throughout the entire night. If you are a fan of Tombstone or Daredevil. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at nearmintcon. Remember, check us out on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint Edition merchandise. And also check us out on Patreon for $1 a month or more. You can support us here in what we do and get some really cool perks along the way. And last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Good journey till all are one. And if you feel it, chase it. Thank you, Kings Portal. I'm going to sing that song. Get out of my dreams and into my car.
That's a great song. Why are you singing it? And we talk about how hot Amanda is.
Jack.
Oh, Jack. It's nothing but filters, baby. It's nothing but filters.
It's not.
Billy Ocean, everybody. We are out tonight.